Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
Today you're going to talk about your painting.
That's right. This is a painting I did this year from a picture, and it's called Dún Guaire Castle, Galway Bay. It's occupied, and there's the Irish flag is on the top of the castle. There wasn't too many Irish people in those times living in castles. As a matter of fact, they were living in little hovels. It was during the penal times, unfortunately, and they were harried and hunted. This is the castle in Galway Bay. A lovely view of the bay, Galway Bay, which is famed in song and story. But funny enough, I recently visited the county next door to it, Mayo, and I was at a silent retreat there from just gone out Sunday the 3rd of November to Friday the 8th of November, and I'll be talking about it after this, but just to give a little flavour of what the hymns, because they were singing at this silent retreat. So we didn't have to stay silent as regards singing, because you have to sort of sing when you're at these events. So this was one that was sung, and along with other ones, and one of the young lady who's well qualified with a degree in university in H-Dip, but she's devoted herself to this Christian way. She hasn't taken up any employment in the workplaces, and she could be a school teacher in the national or the secondary end of it. So she's devoting herself to this, so she has to be sort of congratulated in some ways for what she's at. Maria was her name, a lovely girl. So this is one of the ones that we used to sing, and it says this, and it's really relevant for our life. Jesus took my burden and he rolled them in the sea. He rolled them in the sea. He rolled them in the sea. That's sung twice. Never to remember anymore. Never to remember anymore. Now I am so happy as can be, as happy as can be, as happy as can be. That's sung twice as well. 'Cause Jesus don't remember anymore. Jesus took my burdens and he nailed them to the tree. He nailed them to the tree. He nailed them to the tree. Now I am so never to remember anymore. Now I am so happy as can be, as happy as can be, as happy as can be. Now I am so happy as can be, as happy as can be, as happy as can be. 'Cause Jesus don't remember anymore. So that's that was the flavour of what we were singing. There was other ones as well, equally of that calibre. So it sort of put you in the mood for then the Father Anthony Seiji, a Vincentian priest running schools and orphanages and the Catholic Church in Uganda, and he'd come in then maybe half an hour after we had been doing this singing, and then give a talk, a very inspiring talk for an hour. So that was one of the ones that we sung, and then there was another one that we sung also, and I'm going to sing it. I sung it before, but I'm going to sing it because it's one of my favourites, and I sing it usually every day when I'm saying some of my prayers. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make them, Lord, thine own forevermore. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore, oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore, oh, make us love thee more and more. That's a little flavour of what we enjoyed during the silent retreat there, just from the Sunday the 3rd of November to Friday the 8th of November.
And the silent retreat was in Knock, was it?
It was, not County Mayo, next door to Galway.
Wow.
Was there many? Enough, when I went down, it didn't take me too long to go down, only 2.5 hours from County Meath, and which is not long. And you turn off and you seem to be on the road to Galway, and then you pass Knock Airport, which was built with the support of Charlie Haughey.
Oh wow!
Charlie Haughey and the Fianna Fáil party. And this crowd has introduced all the divisive legislation. The Fine Gael crowd regarded it as a disaster and wouldn't give a penny to it. So it was Charlie Haughey and it was instrumental in providing the funds, and it's a very successful airport now, with many pilgrims coming from abroad to visit that shrine. It's packed. Even when I was down there in November, which normally wouldn't be that important time, there was visitors. There was visitors from Japan and China, which I saw busloads of them.
Wow.
So there are plenty of visitors there in Knock. You don't hear much about it on the media that we're standing with in this country, but I hear about it in other areas.
So you're saying they're Japanese, is it?
Yeah, Japanese and Chinese.
And the age group?
There would have been from sort of say mid-20s, 30s up to 40s, 50s.
So it's right across the board. It's
right across the board, and very devout in their own way, because they stayed in, a crowd of them stayed in the hotel that I was staying in, the Knock House Hotel. I stayed there during the retreat, and the retreat was in St. Mary's Convent, Knock, which was a St. Mary's Convent, but now it's lay people that run it, very devout people, and a lot of the people that were at the retreat stayed there because the accommodation and the food was excellent. But the Knock House Hotel, that's where I was last year, and I was very pleased with what I received there. And matter of fact, it was in the same room that I was in last year, and it suited me very much. And so I enjoyed my visit, and I was able to go. It wasn't that far to St. Mary's Convent, and I was able to go there every morning for the start of the retreat, which was at 9 o'clock, although some of them would have had a silent retreat, a silent adoration much earlier, but I did my own adoration and silent stuff in Knock House Hotel before I went.
Very good.
So that's the way it was, and it was lovely. Some of the people that was at the retreat also stayed in the Knock House Hotel. I knew some of them and would sort of give them a nod, because we were expected to be silent when we were other than singing at the retreat, where maybe asking somebody a question. Some of the stewards that did a great job at their own expense.
Very good.
So it's a very inspiring event to be at, and I'll be talking more about it after this.
Very good. Okay, thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Oliver.